This is Joe. I was going to do an unboxing of the BioPellet Reactor. Just wanted to give you an idea on how bad my tank has gotten before I did this. Here's the big foo. There's the little foo, the newest addition to the tank. But I'll pan out a little bit and do a swipe. This algae is really taking over. There's some green hair algae. You can see the difference between that and this wire algae. There's some flame algae. I don't know what that stuff's called. I still have to look it up. I got little sprouts of that coming up too. Take you around to the back of the tank here. See some of it back in there. That just shows you how much nutrients I have in the tank. Take you down here to the sump. I got some green hair algae there. Here's my bollicado, but I've got green hair algae growing on that. We've got some algae growing down in here. The skimmer is skimming. I think I'm finally getting it dialed in. I was having some issues with it before. And so here it is. It's been open. It's not official, but so it's because it's been open. But this is it. It comes with a pump. Rio 50. Open that here in a second. And here it is. Those are all made on a 3D printer, which makes it very cool. And then your little downpipe. Let me get a knife and get this thing open. Okay. I'll get this open. And then all the pumps, they come with extras, breathing tubes and different connectors and stuff. I'm not sure how much of that we're going to need. And here this little guy is. It's not very big. It's not going to be a great deal to have to roll these BioPellets. Marine BioSystems, maker of the pump or of the reactor. It's on the big side, but let's see if we can get this twisted off. Okay, so the top twists off. See if you can get it in a better light. It's kind of cool. You can tell that it's been 3D printed. It's got some markings. It's not perfectly smooth, but I think that's kind of cool. Very cool. It's got a little seal in there. A piece of dirt on there right now. There we go. So I'm going to rinse everything off, and then we will get it installed. So I'm going to figure this out. Something that I don't see instructions on how to put everything together. That might be something to think about. But let me play with it and I will get back with you. Okay, didn't take very long to figure this out. I think I've got it figured out. So this is your out. Obviously they're going to come in from the bottom. So we've got our pump here, and this can be turned in different directions. This is just the best way that I could come up with it, that it needed to be to make it work right. So it comes, this is your inlet, it comes up, it'll flow through the balls. You want a slow tumble. It comes with this little dial, so you can dial it in or out so it can tumble, because you want a slow tumble. You don't want it to be a real fast tumble, but you need tumble because just like GFO, they'll clump together and defeat the purpose. And so it comes up through here, and then it comes out, and this is your outlet. So I'm going to hook this end up to the bottom, to the inlet of my skimmer here. And so that way it goes from right here right into the inlet. Now I'm not going to restrict the skimmer by trying to only let it use what's coming out of the inlet. I'm going to make it to where it's a T, so it can still suck out of the tank, but everything that comes out of here goes into the skimmer. Okay, so this is the solution I come up with. This is the inlet of my skimmer. I'm going to Dremel the inside of this out to where that fits on there snugly. And then this will feed back into the output of the BioPellet reactor. So I'll probably have to cut some of this down in order to make everything work like I want and get it all to fit inside the sump, which since the last time you've seen it, I have cleaned it out thoroughly. Cleaned my skimmer, and it's going to go in this spot where the probes used to sit. It's going to go right here. So I took it out to the Dremel. It's not pretty, but I Dremeled it out enough to where, and it's a tight fit, but I can get that on the end of the skimmer intake, and it's quite a bit larger than the skimmer intake, so it won't hinder the intake at all. So I am now going to see if I can get things figured out. I'm going to have to heat this hose up to bend it, to reshape it. If you heat this up, you can bend it and make it the shape you want. So you can see how I've got it so far. On the intake of this skimmer, I've got this T. You can see down in there, and it's going to come out. I'm going to pipe the hose into that side there, the 3/4 inch side. So this is what I have: NPX biopellets, bioplastics. These are the biopellets I'm going to use. These are what's recommended by Marine BioSystems. This treats 100 gallons. It says that use 25 gallons or 100 milliliters per 25 gallons. But if you read the fine, or up here it says start at half the recommended dosage and gradually increase after a few weeks to 100 milliliters. So if I do the math right, full dose would be 240 milliliters. of this. So I divide that by 2 to start, so I need 120 milliliters in my reactor to start with. Now after a few weeks, that I will up the dose to the 240, but I might take start with the 120 and then half that again, and then like put 60 and then 60 again in it, just because it says that you can get a bloom, and if a bloom develops then you need to pull this back out, and I don't really want to do that. I don't want to deal with an algae bloom. I'm trying to fix a bloom. So it's good to read over this. If you want to pause, take this in. But read over this. So I'm going to get this sort of going here. I still got to cut my pipe and do my tube yet. I'm kind of jumping around, but I'm slowly getting her done. So just hang in there. Okay, this is what 120 milliliters is in this reactor. It's not much, but and that will double, so it's only gonna, it's only gonna get twice that, but so there's still going to be a lot of room left in here that's not going to be filled with biopellets. But the idea is not to fill it with biopellets, because you don't want to strip your water too much or you will have problems. So let's see if we can work on getting the lid on it and get this all set up here. Okay, here's the finished product. At least I hope this is going to work. This is all just a test. I had to cut that pipe there less than half. So here it is. It's going to sit side by side with the skimmer. It's going to suck from there. I might actually turn that pump around because it looks restricted back there a little bit. But it's going to pump from there, run it through the reactor, pump it out there, straight into the skimmer. It's not going to restrict the skimmer, and the skimmer's not going to be pulling through the reactor either. And then I am going to shoot my outlet of my skimmer the other direction so it flows straight over into the overflow. The basket's not going, it's going back over here, so. Or we'll give her a shot. I'm going to test my parameters, and we'll have to fire this thing up. This is an update 11 days after installing the reactor. You can already see that some of the algae is gone. Some of it was loose enough to just be freely pulled, and you can see that some of it, the rest of it, is turning brown on the tips. I'm not saying that there's not still an issue, but it is seeming to help. Stay tuned for further updates.